Thank you very much. It's about, I think, time to give the least technical talk of the conference, probably. So the technical guys, my excuse. I work at the KTZ, Center for Public Administration Research in Vienna, Austria. We are a small consulting, training, and research institute for public administrations. And what I want to show you is first some projects that I did using Semantic Media Wiki, and then talk about some lessons learned. Many of the things that I put into here have already been discussed during the last talks, so I might be able to add something here or there. And as it's not even 2 months now until Christmas, I even dared to put out my Christmas wish list for Santa, so you'll be invited to share this with me. We started quite early. I think it was 2006 with version 0 point something of Semantic Media Wiki. We didn't really use a lot of semantics. It was an internal use for our project management. We just had something like the property, team member, and turnover. And this developed, so what you can see here is our current intranet solution. It supports our knowledge management. It supports our project management. Now we are using semantic forms, of course. It automatically generates us indicators for our intellectual capital reports that we do annually. And it also supports accounting and controlling tasks internally. The first public wiki that we did is called Verwaltungskooperation. That's a German word for intermunicipal cooperation. It started out in 2008, and as you can see now, there's a German organization that has teamed up with us, and there are a lot of projects where public agencies cooperate with each other, and I've just for reference have put some metrics in there for you. So this is the first real wiki approach that we had. What's interesting, probably, we have been talking a lot about semantic web and real wikis and all of this. This project, for example, started in 2008. There is this EPSA, that's the European Public Sector Award. That's an award given out to best practices in public administrations. It now has 825 projects of 3 times this award has been given out. And it's not a wiki, obviously, because the submissions to an award should not be altered anymore. So it's really something to look up what has been submitted, what has won an award, in what categories. So it's a perfect tool just for presenting information. No ontologies involved, no setup of ontologies involved, except for the properties that are necessary. But it's a showcase of what can be done using this software, even not using the wiki methodology. This is basically the same as what I've shown you before. It's not very active anymore. UNDP doesn't really follow up on this. It's about municipal cooperation in the southeast of Europe in English language. 2009, we did our first internal wiki for the Green European Foundation. That's a small office in Brussels. They do their project management and seminar organization with that. This is a project where public agencies do benchmarking projects, and the results of these benchmarking projects are put together in this wiki. This is probably interesting. We stole an idea that was created in Germany, in Stuttgart and Freiburg. There were municipalities that shared an internal wiki, also using MediaWiki, but unfortunately without semantics. So we took this one stage further, and we have 3 municipalities in Austria using an internal wiki. So it's not public; it's only accessible to the members of these 3 small municipalities. And it's about knowledge sharing of all sorts of snippets that are relevant to the people working there for citizen service tasks. This is interesting if you're interested in e-government. This is an interactive e-government services catalog as well, using semantic MediaWiki. This is our first intranet solution that we proposed to the city of Weiz. So it's a small city in Austria, and they have their complete intranet using this. By the way, I will talk about this in a moment. This is an extension called Wiki Tweet. It does something like an internal version of, you cannot really call it Twitter, but some kind of a shout box or something like that. But it's unfortunately not actively maintained. So if somebody wants to take over this, please come and talk to me. This is again something like we did for this EBSA prize. There's also an Austrian prize, so that's quite similar. And we also did some smaller projects where we use semantic MediaWiki also as a simple content management tool for some smaller websites. Interesting is maybe this one, this Open Government Data Cockpit. It's a prototype, and it's a showcase for semantic MediaWiki. Joel was talking about open data. For putting up open data catalogs, you have CCAN, that's from the Open Knowledge Foundation. It's a great open source tool. But the focus there is to publish data on the web, and my argument is that the public authorities need a tool to generate data catalogs, to look around inside the agency. What do you have? What kind of data do you have that we might be able to disclose? And this process can be perfectly done with a MediaWiki, semantic MediaWiki installation. And the biggest project up to date, it's not public yet. It will be public somewhere by mid of next year. There is an encyclopedia of the history of the city of Vienna. It has six books, and it was digitized. And now we have a semantic MediaWiki installation with 28,000 entries. So it's going to be, once it's published, one of the, or even the biggest city wiki, and it's also supposed to be a real wiki in the final stage. So we have now we are in the phase putting all this data in. They're enriching this data with other data, and once it will be published, it will be open also for contributors. So what are the lessons learned? Well, first, I also have some critical statements, but first I have to say it's a great tool. Thank you to all the developers, all of you guys who did this great job. It's really a great tool. I'm advocating it as much as I can. You have all the benefits of MediaWiki. I consider it more as a web database than a semantic web tool. In my projects, I don't have to care too much about the semantic web. No programming is involved. You can do everything just by configuration. There's forms and many other great extensions that are around. import and export of data, community support. I could go on for hours here. But there are also some weaknesses that we have talked in the last days. There are no good usable skins. Joel, your skin is amazing. This is what a semantic media wiki should look like. It's just very hard to get this done, and the skins that have been around, they have all their weaknesses. We have talked about the WYSIWYG editor. I really hope that the visual editor will be done soon and will be available soon in also in semantic forms. This is going to be very important. Fortunately, I didn't really expect that, but fortunately, we talked about this access control already. So thumbs up to you, Wojtek. Please solve this problem. We didn't talk about this too much, but the city of Vienna actually would like to insist on PostgreSQL being their main database. So, but PostgreSQL support is broken in Semantic Media Wiki. So we got an exemption for that, but it would be great if that would be in there. PostgreSQL is a great database, so why not? So maybe this should be fixed. There are no crowdfunding activities around, but I saw this outside. Yuri is probably going to start something like this. There are some dead extensions around, not because they're bad, but just because they're unmaintained, unfortunately. Yeah, some bug fixing issues, I think, and it's not that usable for complex data structures. I'll tell you what I mean with that in a minute. So the problem is that despite all the effort, I think it's not very well known. We have a marketing problem, and I think it's not only in the public sector. Many use wikis, many use MediaWiki, but still only a few know about Semantic MediaWiki. The projects you have seen, they lead to further use cases. Once people see it and where you can show what the benefits are, they immediately say, okay, well, that's great, I want to have something like that. So one project can lead to the other, so it's important to have showcases of what use cases are doable. People very often only think about wikis and don't realize the strategic potential that it would have for an IT department, for example, to get rid of these desktop databases like Access or something like that. It would be a great tool for IT departments to solve all kinds of problems, database-related problems in a collaborative manner inside an organization. There are unfortunately very few organizations that realize this. Access control is always requested. I'm not saying it's always required. I mean, people always talk about it, and I tend to tell them the benefit of using this wiki approach inside a company is this is the knowledge management aspect. You don't have to argue about access control, who is allowed to put in where and what. This is a great chance, and this should be, should go on, but this doesn't mean that I want to have it in my pocket as well. If I cannot talk them out of it, then I could still do it if I had a good access control. So this is why it's so important. It's not just a semantic web project anymore. I mean, it's semantic web per se, of course, but it's more than that. It has its great potentials, I think, also as an enterprise system. And it has the potential to become the open GLAM tool. GLAM stands for galleries, libraries, archives, and museums. So the content that galleries, museums put out in the web can be easily managed with Semantic Media Wiki. So we should have a German-speaking presentation by this. And it has a lot more of future potential. So, to cut short to my wish list, access control, we have seen this. Visual editor, fix the date handling problem. I'll have just 2 words on that. I'm not so happy with the topic of semantic drill down, filtered result formats. They're both great. They both have their, both of them are lacking something that the other has. So there needs to be some kind of convergence, I think, here. Maybe focus on bug fixing, not the newest and coolest features. I know that's boring for the tech guys, you know, but it's still needed. And maybe fix and improve the old extensions. For example, there's this very cool extension, I think, Google for MediaWiki. Check it out. It's unmaintained. It's about a Lucene search for MediaWiki, and it's also have this social search in it. Wiki tweet, you can talk to me about this. Semantic project management, a very interesting one, I think. And there are many others that might still be relevant, but are not maintained anymore. This data handling problem has caused me some headache, as you can see here. So the simple thing, yeah, the simple thing I want to do is I want to query all pages for persons born in January. It's just not possible in Semantic MediaWiki, and there are some bugs around this. So yeah, the learning is don't use the date format for input of the date, put it together afterwards. So you can talk to me in the break about this. This is my thing about the complex data structures. For example, if you have 2,300 municipalities in Austria and you have budget tables for the years 2001, 2012, and each budget table has 27 rows, you cannot put out MediaWiki pages, you cannot use semantic internal objects, so they would just need for something else. So the question is, you know, I'm not a technical person, but could we have a data namespace where I can upload a data table with external data, for example, and just to make it available in Ask queries? You know? This could be very easily done, probably, and would help us a lot. I'm not going into the bug fixing details, but maybe something like a 100 paper cuts initiative that Ubuntu had of, you know, cleaning out some of the old bugs would be important. I think it's worthwhile to look what the Open Knowledge Foundation is doing. They're coding fast. They're doing lots of interesting stuff. I don't know if this is something about Python against PHP or something. I don't know, but I think we should look at their projects, and they should look at our project. So reach out to them. And also what I think is important is we need to improve this community building and also community funding, maybe. Yeah, put a donate button on the page and have some more funding for marketing and all that. So thank you very much. I'm here in the break, but I have to leave early for the plane. So if you want to talk to me, please in the next break. And one announcement is not official yet, but I have the mandate from the OSDA, the organization that supports these kind of events, to try to get the next fall SMW Con to Vienna. So I hope this is going to work out. Thank you.
Thanks, Bernhard. I guess we won't have, well, one question if it is anywhere. Yeah, Joel.
And I think you touched on this during lunch, but the data namespace. Maybe we can talk. I just wanted to share it with I just wanted to share this with the rest of the community. So that's why we partnered with the Open Knowledge Foundation for CCAN, because let's not force MediaWiki to be something that it's not supposed to be. And maybe we can use best of both worlds, CCAN for structured data and then MediaWiki for the other stuff.
Okay, and